Hello and welcome to Pro Trader Strategies Market Commentary for Friday, February the 23rd. My name's Eric Wilkinson. Some of you may recognize me as the Wolfman from CNBC, Fox Business, or even the Wall Street Journal for my commentary on everything from economic to geopolitical and market analysis. Please keep in mind that everything that we talk about in these market commentaries is not a solicitation to buy or sell any of these securities or strategies. At the end of the day, I'm here to teach you some different strategies you can implement into your portfolios, but please do that in your own way. The reason why I can't give you a recommendation on a particular stock or strategy is because I don't know your risk parameters. I don't know what's in your portfolios, and therefore what I'm doing could be counterintuitive to what you are already doing. And please remember the past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, having all that out of the way, let's get it on. I usually start out with some economic data, but there's nothing really to talk about in terms of economic data. We got final CPI in Europe year over year came in at 1.3%. Final core CPI out of Europe came in at 1% year over year. Not really anything to write home about. We do have four different governors speaking, Fed governors, FOMC members speaking. So Dudley, Messer, Williams, just to name a few. Seems like they're all out in force right now talking about rates. So keep that in mind as well. A lot of them talking about trying to get that 4-rate hike. I don't really see it other than it fits their book. You know, they have a lot of assets on the balance sheet and increasing interest rates helps those. So they're in a tight spot here, whether or not they need to fix their balance sheet or they need to fix the economy. Anyway, let's move on with the overall markets. We've got crude oil moving higher yesterday. It bounced up against my trend channel here that I was talking about, acting as support there, or sorry, will act as resistance yesterday. It kind of just settled right on it, but today we were able to pinch through that line there, and we are back into the trend channel here for crude oil, up almost $1 right now, near the highs of the day. Then gold futures coming off as the overall markets kind of gets that inflationary trade might be coming to an end here. I don't really see enough inflation to really drive this market. That's just what everybody on social media and mainstream media are talking about, to be quite honest. I don't really see it, but that's still going to drive this market. It is off $1 today, but still above the 78 Fibonacci level, which has been acting as a pretty strong support. All right, now we've got Bitcoin futures. Still the tussle over the 10,000 mark here with Bitcoin futures. That is really where the bulls and the bears are battling it out right now, it feels like. We're able to get above that yesterday, settled just slightly above that 10,000 mark, and today are trading above, back and forth. Basically overnight we dipped below it, and now we're back above it. But that is the real battle royale, the tussle for 10,000. is what I'm going to call it, I guess. All right, bonds moving higher today, despite the fact that equities are moving higher. I've talked about this. I think the bonds are just overdone to the downside. I think that they've priced in too much interest rate increase, and some of that's got to come out. So I think that we're going to see at least somewhat of a bounce here before we start consolidating. But I think the 145 handle is about where we need to go to kind of shake all that out. All right, VIX still in double digits, 17. This is looking like it's going to act as support, this like 17 handle, trying to stay above that. But with the equities moving higher, I don't know if it's going to be able to, claw its way higher or even hold on to its 17 handle that it's at right now with the equities moving like they are. We look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average here, up almost 200 points on the day, very near the highs. This 50-day is going to act as resistance. Short-term, bullish because we are above the 9-day here. We've been above that basically all week. It's treaded right along that. Now we need to bust through and settle above that 50-day for the equities to really get a lot of momentum to the upside. Similar situation, if we see Nasdaq get above my trend channel here, that's going to give the bulls leeway to go and test those highs of the 7,000 there. But right now, just kind of happy to be trending sideways and slightly higher, it seems like. This is the E-mini S&Ps, very similar with getting above that 50-day. That's going to be a very big milestone, I guess, for E-mini S&Ps. But it's going to have to get through the 50-day and this 23 Fibonacci level in order to kind of get any more momentum. It's really acting like a lot of resistance right there. That is a major resistance line, is that 23, because it's lining up with that 50-day. It's doubly strong, if you will. All right, very inside day. We've been talking about this all week, it feels like. It seems like an inside day every single day. Well, today we actually have an inside day as of right now. We are near the highs of the day, but it is an inside day. As you can see, the value area high and value area low are inside of yesterday's range. That makes that an inside day. Just very quiet. Let's go on to talking about a couple of things that I've done. I've added Texas Instrument because I took off Netflix. Texas Instruments, ticker symbol TXN. I played this to the upside because I covered some long deltas with my Netflix. I wanted to keep those deltas long right now because I think the market's going to kind of continue to ratchet higher here. So with Texas Instruments, I went in and sold the March 99 puts for, 65 cents. Haven't done anything in my IRA. I'm actually trying to get out of some XOM in my IRA and in my margin account, but I haven't gotten filled on those yet. It's just kind of working in the market right now, and I'm about a nickel away, maybe 4 cents away. All right, Netflix. I went in there and sold the March. If you guys remember, it was back. I think it was pretty much like the 15th, I think, so about 8 days ago. Yeah, on the 15th, I sold the March 230 puts in there for $1.22. I was able to cover them back for 34 cents. Now, normally, we talk about this. In my webinars, I go for 50% of max profit. Something like Netflix, I got the move and all this volatility coming out. I said I was going to start squeezing it. That's the signal, hey, we're squeezing this. We're trying to get a couple of extra pennies out of it, but keeping a very close eye on it. We're not going to miss those. And that's kind of what I've done with Netflix and a couple of other ones, Amazon, that are very close to being filled. Anyway, I bought those March 230 puts back for 34 cents, like I mentioned, but I'm trying to get out of Qualcomm, Procter & Gamble, and like I said, XOM in both my margin and in my trading account. So just working orders for those. They're kind of far away. Actually, Procter & Gamble is very close right now to being filled, it looks like. So let's just take a look at it because I'm only about 2 pennies away here. And Procter & Gamble, I have on the March 85 calls in there, and I'm trying to buy them back for 11 cents. So it's better than 50% of my max profit on that in Procter & Gamble. As a matter of fact, I did those puts for, what were they, the 85 puts? I sold them for 33 cents. So I'm trying to get better than 50% of my max profit on that, just slightly. So working order there, looks like it's going to be pretty close. So keep an eye on Procter & Gamble if you're trying to get out as well. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. We're going to be doing a webinar later on today, which is going to be on the long call butterfly. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of using this long call butterfly and when is the right environment for this. This is really important. Yeah, everybody can teach you how to do a butterfly. I mean, it's pretty easy, pretty simple strategy to put in place. But to increase your probabilities of success, you need to follow my simple rules, and I'm going to be talking about those today. So check it out at protraderstrategies.com. And if you can't take that, take it easy.